passenger side. Already took the axle nut off. I'm gonna get ready to take off the brakes. And these right here, I'm using a 21 millimeter to take off the brake caliper. And what I'm gonna do is hang the brake calipers up here. I got a sensor on the brake caliper. You want to take that sensor off, put it up here somewhere, and I don't know if you can see it. Let me try to turn on the light better. Using my phone. What I'm doing is taking off this half axle off the transmission, and just giving a quick update on this. I already did the other side. Look at those nice brakes. Bling bling. Boy, gonna be looking good going down the road. Only thing I gotta do is bleed the brakes, and I'm good to go. That's all put together. New axle brakes, rotors. So I'm gonna pause it for a second, get something to hold this up there, and I'll be right back. So we're back. I took one of the brake bolts already off. This is the other one. And what you want to do is turn your steering all the way, like if you're making a right hand turn, so you have that clearance in here to be able to take it off. Let's hang this up. Give me a second. So I got it hanged up there now. These brake calipers are heavy. I'm using a welding rod just to hold it up here. There you go. Next thing I'm gonna do is take off the sensor. I think it's 10 millimeter. Let me double check real quick. My 10. Yep, 10 millimeters. Take that off. Now, if you're using an impact or something to take it off with, what you want to put it on like your lowest setting. What you don't want to do is breaking it. That's what it looks like. You don't want to be breaking it, trying to put it back on. These are like, I don't know, some cars are like $200 something. These things ain't cheap. You feel me? All right, we got that taken off. So let's do this. Let's take off this rotor. Be a little bit less weight. So I got a maneuver to take off axle. Just bear with me. Put this bolt back where it was at so you don't lose it. So I got the CVR 87144, which is to T30. T30. Y'all see that? T30. Yep. Comes right off. Put that in my cart here. And all you want to do is hit this rotor out. There we go, just like that. You can see all the scratch marks. I mean, that's bad. I saw this, I told her, man, you're gonna have to change this. This is bad. Let's look at the other side. Yeah, you definitely don't want to be like this. And you gotta change the rotor. You just can't put brand new brakes on this, because you know your brake pads are gonna get wore down with all these grooves and everything. It ain't gonna make no sense. So we gotta take these two bolts off. That's gonna be a 24 millimeter. You want to use a good 500-pound torque or something like that, 700-pound torque. In fact, when you're going to take something off. Whoop. Let me pause it for a second. So what you want to do is spray these down a little bit. BB plaster. And you go about taking them off. So I got them off. So I guess the factory puts this blue Loctite washer liquid on there to make it hard from coming off. Then all you want to do is get a hammer and hit it real hard there to pop them off. So let's do that next. So I got those bolts off. All I had to do is hit them with a hammer and they pop right off. So let's get ready to take this off right here. And I'm using a 21 millimeter. So I was able to take off the CV axle without taking that off. I'll just test it, see how good it worked. So scratch that part. First time me working on this vehicle, so I'm also learning. All right, let's see if we can get this off. Give me a flashlight. Give me a second. I'm gonna go get a flashlight and look. I just don't want to try to hit it out. So I got it out. That's what it looks like. Basically, what I did, this tool, get them at any discount auto parts or part store. What I did, I stuck it right here. And with a hammer, I hit it and it popped it right out. You got that? Stick it in there, pop it. Cool. Short hammer. Works good. I'm gonna clean that off a little bit, put some new grease. Be back in a second. Walking back to the new one. So something it came with. This is what it looks like. It's pretty heavy. Package. There it is. New lug nut. So you put a little bit of grease in there. Now put a little bit of grease on the other sector. So let's get ready to put this in there. So all you gotta do is just slide it in there. It goes right in. And make sure you got it lined up with the teeth. Just put it in there, adjust it, boom, push it right in, and you're good. Then all you want to do is pull this back, and put this in an angle, pop it in there, and you're good. Let's see. I don't know if the video camera caught that, but see? And all you want to do is push it in there like so. Get it lined up. And that's it. Then you put the new lug nut on. Tighten it up with the impact, then start reversing everything back on, you know, going backwards. So next thing I would do is put this on. Give me a second. Tighten up the lug nut. Put some, I'm gonna clean these up with a wire brush, then I'm gonna put some PB Blaster on it. See these grooves? Remember how they went this way. So don't forget, you can see in there that this side of it got grooves and this side don't. All right, tighten that up. Next thing is my sensor. What you want to do is make sure it's clean before it goes back in there, which this one looks like it is. Stick it in a hole. And I had a big ass rainstorm. I had to put everything up as quick as I could. Give me a second. I would not recommend tightening this up with a impact, just in case you break the screw. I just do it hand tight. Remember, it's just sitting there. That's it. So next thing we're gonna work on is this brake, which pad already fell out. Look at how skinny that is, cracked in the middle. Let's compare thickness. Yeah, big difference. Big difference. Make sure you put that grease that comes with, and you want to put that in between here, which it tells you on the package. See it? Oh, I had it backwards. There you go. Let's take this over here. Let me pause it for a minute. I ain't got nobody to hold the phone for me. So another thing you want to do is use some brake cleaner, the one it came with, and just clean it all up. Make sure you have the pan underneath. You get this fan from blowing on it. Just like that. Whew, that stuff is strong. I'm gonna give it a minute. Then we'll start putting the clips back in there, grease them up, and brake pads. So I use this tool right here, and I put one of the old pads in there and push this brake caliper pistons all the way back. So you put the new rotor with the new brake pads, you have the right clearance to fit over it. If not, you got to take everything apart again and redo it until your pistons are all the way pushed back. All right. Now they got different types of tools. This is just what I have at the moment, which I need to buy me a new one. This one's kind of messed up. So basically you put the piece in there, you tighten it up until it pushes it back, kind of like a C-clamp. So I got that grease it came with. It's like a copper grease. Put it in there. Now I'm gonna install these in there. Basically all I did, you see these fingers? These fingers, got the screwdriver, opened them up so I'm able to put the pad in there. And I just use a screwdriver, put them in there. Then I just bend the fingers back in, hold the pad in position. So, just like that, I got the pads in. And those fingers back in there. And you're set. Now we're gonna put the rotors, hang this back up there, put the rotor on, slide it on. Give me a second.